Akbar and Birbal stories. Birbal's horse. Akbar had a very sporting nature. He accepted Birbal's witty remarks and also enjoyed making fun of him. One day he saw Birbal coming to the palace on foot. He asked Birbal, "Why are you traveling on foot? You can use a horse to save your time and energy." Birbal replied, "Jahanpana, I am your servant. I have in my possession whatever you give me. I don't have a horse, so I have nothing to ride." Akbar said, "Go to the stable master and ask for a horse. I don't want to see you coming on foot to my palace anymore." Meanwhile, Akbar tried to play a trick on Birbal just to make fun of him. He secretly informed the stable master to present a very weak horse to Birbal. Birbal accepted the horse without any complaints. However, the horse failed to bear the troubles from traveling from the palace to Birbal's home. It died that evening. The next day, Akbar again saw Birbal coming to the palace on foot. "What happened? Why didn't you bring the horse? Is it not fast enough?" Birbal replied, "The horse is very fast indeed. Yesterday it had even crossed the vast distance between life and death." Akbar was very pleased with the witty reply and gave Birbal a good and a healthy new horse. The Five Liars. One day Akbar said to Birbal, "Lying is a sin. I wonder what compels a person to lie. What is your opinion, Birbal?" Birbal replied, "I think lying is a very common sin. Everyone has the tendency to lie." Akbar said, "Okay then, name 5 persons who are potential liars." Birbal said, "It's easy. Let me start with the Qazi. The Qazi does his job often utterly and he has to deal with lies and more than anyone else. He cannot keep his job without telling lies." In the second place, there is the matchmaker. He constantly exaggerates the qualities of his client. Next liar is a writer who has to depend on lies to create something new. The fourth liar is the trader. In order to sell his goods, he is compelled to lie. Birbal took a long pause. Akbar looked at Birbal with a doubtful eyes and said, "Your examples are convincing, but I asked you to find 5 liars and I find only 4. Where is the fifth one?" Birbal smiled a little and said, "Sahinsa, you are looking at the fifth liar now." "Yes, I am the fifth liar. In my occasions in your order to fulfill your demands, I have to lie. There is no other way out." Akbar was a bit taken aback by the answer, but he appreciated Birbal's frank reply. He thought Birbal is indeed a very wise man. Birbal's daughter and Akbar. One day, Akbar asked Birbal, "I have never seen your daughter. I think she has started talking now. Why don't you bring her here? I will spend some time with her. You know how I love children." Birbal said, "Okay, I will bring her here tomorrow." The next day, Birbal came with his daughter. She was about 5 years old. Akbar took her in his lap. He ordered for many sweets and toys. The girl played with them very happily. While playing with the toys, she was trying to utter a rhyme on Braj Baza or the country tongue. Akbar was very impressed to hear it. Then he called her and asked, "Oh, you have such a sweet voice. Do you know Persian?" The girl replied, "A bit better and a bit worse." Akbar failed to decipher the meaning of it. He helplessly looked at Birbal and said, "What is he trying to say?" Birbal smiled at her and said, "Jahanpana, she is trying to say that she knows Persian better than those who are not familiar with the language, and worse than who are familiar with it. Akbar began to laugh and said, "She is indeed your daughter. Otherwise, who could have given such a witty answer?" Collecting intelligence. One day, Akbar, in Birbal's absence, was discussing about Birbal's skin, which was dark colored, with the Kurtas. Few of the Kurtas who were jealous of Birbal relished the discussion. After Birbal came to the court, the discussion was dropped abruptly, and the court was silent. Birbal noticed this change. Few of the jealous Kurtas began to laugh at this. Birbal understood this and did not ask anything about the reason for such a behavior. He addressed Birbal and said, "Shahanshah, you look like you are very happy today." Akbar was feeling very guilty and addressed Birbal directly. "Birbal, we were discussing about your dark colored skin. I was wondering why you are dark in color rather than being fair of most of us." Birbal said, "Jahanpana, God made the earth and then created human beings much later. He also created many attributes like the fair skin, beautiful, ugly, tall, smart, intelligent, and witty. He asked the humans to take whatever they thought was important for their survival. I took all intelligence first, but when I realized I had to collect more, I found the other attributes like fair-skinned, beautiful, wealthy were all used up. I saw all of you returning with these attributes, devoid of wit and intelligence. This is the only reason for my skin being dark and ugly." The court became silent again. The courtiers who were jealous of him looked very embarrassed. Akbar realized his mistake and embraced Birbal to beg for his pardon. Breaking friendship. A very deep friendship started growing between Salim, the son of the emperor, and the son of a minister. However, Akbar did not like this budding friendship. He called Birbal and said, "Birbal, do something to break the friendship between my son and the minister's son. I do not like it." Birbal said, "Okay, I will do it." Birbal went straight to the garden where Salim and his best friend were sitting in a swing and chatting. He came near Salim and pretended to whisper into his ears, but did not say anything. As he was about to depart, he said loudly to Salim, "Please do not tell this to anyone." The minister's son became furious. He asked Salim, "What did Birbal say?" "He did not even utter a word in my ear," said Salim. However, the minister's son did not believe it. He thought, "Birbal must have said something bad about me, and Salim is concealing it from me. I think he does not like me, only he cannot say it to me." He left the palace and never came back to Salim. The idiotic chapter on. Salim, the son of Akbar, was very disheartened after his friendship was broken with the son of the minister. He detached himself from any kind of communication with his family members. Akbar was extremely worried about him. He asked Birbal, "Why do you think Salim is behaving like this?" Birbal replied, "Friendship is the most precious thing on earth, and we have stolen it from him. Give him some time. He will quickly recover from it." Akbar insisted, "Birbal, I want you to go to him and spend some time with him. My presence will make him more regret and he will cower back to his own self. Go and talk to him and bring him back with his normal self." Birbal followed Akbar's instructions and went to the garden to meet Salim. Salim was sitting on a swing. He saw Birbal but averted his eyes soon. Birbal began to talk him casuously. To make Salim laugh, he told the funniest stories in his talk, but there was no sign of laughter on Salim's face. Salim looked very bored and Birbal was getting worried. All of a sudden, he said, Birbal, you bore people so much. I wonder why father has appointed you. You can only be a chaperon of a very idiotic person, Birbal replied. But I am now a chaperon of a very idiotic person. You have got it right? Salim understood. This was directed towards his father. He started laughing loudly and said, Birbal, you are indeed a very witty person.